Hi everyone, this is Jacqueline T.D. Huynh. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I know I said I was going to be on at 6, but I looked at the clock and it was like a quarter till 6, and the next thing I knew it was 5 minutes after 6. So here I am again on my day 24 of Facebook Live and helping you transform yourself as the leader, as the parent leader that you want your family to follow. And of course I say my family or your family, but really it's, everybody. It's your coworkers, it's your team members, maybe it's even friends and colleagues. So my name is Jacqueline T.D. Huynh again, and I am the owner of Integrative Minds. And I was challenged to do these Facebook Live, and I have been getting a lot of great feedback. So thank you so much. And if there's anything that you would like to hear about, please email me or Facebook me or message me. So many ways to get a hold of me. So today I want to talk about transforming your relationship with other people, how to do it. And there's just really 3 steps to doing it. Now, if you're a manager, and you don't ask for feedback on a regular basis, you're probably doing something that causes problems for your team members. And I think that it goes the same for parents. So why is it important to get feedbacks? Well, because we all have blind spots about our behaviors, how we say things, what we do. And leaders and parents are especially vulnerable because people that report to us, our children, our co-workers or members of our business, are really often reluctant to speak up about problems that we might be causing for them, right? They don't know how we're going to react, so they don't want to say anything. So sometimes we might figure out on our own that something we're doing may have a negative impact on others. But usually we're going to need someone else to point it out. So what you might say or do, you might intend it to come out differently for the receiver. So therefore, it's really important to get feedback so that it's you can see how your words are being received, because what we think we're saying is not how it's being received. So for example, I had a client, and one of his core value was treating people with respect. And, and of course that he treats other people with respect too, and he wanted people to be really happy around him. And I actually did a 360-degree survey, and this is something we do for executives, business owners, manager, where we do anonymous survey. We speak to members of the business and even family members to see how they are performing, what changes they can do, and it's all anonymous. Well, for this client, the result really was a huge wake-up call for him. He had no idea that people felt this way. What happened was the survey showed that people didn't like being around him because of his controlling and oppressive way of creating the environment to feel. He was actually really surprised to learn there was this huge gap between the culture that he wanted and the one that he was actually creating. So the good news is that he was very open, and this is what's key, to using the information in a really constructive and productive way. And he did not get defensive, and he didn't step in denial. And we worked on his communication and listening skills, how he managed and his leadership style. And 6 months later, his work staff and even his family said they love his new change of attitude, and they really enjoy being with him. And when he comes in the room, he actually created a whole different atmosphere. He was listening more, he was commanding less, he was more engaged, and it had a really, really deep, profound impact on his relationship with really every member in his business as well as his family. It's been about 2 years or so now, and he actually continues to conduct survey on a pretty regular basis. And he says he wants to make sure he's on track. And it's a tool that he uses to constantly improve his performance and his behavior. So the 3 things that you can do to eliminate your blind spots, because these are our blind spots, we don't realize it, and really create a transformed relationship with other people. So the first thing is you have to have the courage to ask for feedback, right? Many of us would rather not know, or we may be afraid of what we might hear, so we just don't want to ask. So now you don't actually have to have any formal survey to get feedback from people who are really important to you. These are the people that are going to give you really honest answer because they want to see you be a better person. So what I find is if people sense that you genuinely want to know and that you genuinely want to make that change, you are going to get some amazing insights that's going to help you strengthen all of your relationship in your life. So what you want to do is get at least 3 people for their feedback, and you're going to ask them one powerful question. What you're going to ask them is, what is one thing I could do better that would make the biggest difference in our relationship? Okay, now write this down. What is one thing I could do better that will make the biggest difference in our relationship? Got that? What's the one thing I could do better that would make the biggest difference in our relationship? That's the first step. The second step is you got to own your action. You can't make excuses. You can't justify. You can't deny your behavior. And then you've got to follow through with that change. So sometimes we recognize that we need a change, but we may not get around to doing it, right? People give you feedback and you're like, oh yeah, it's like reading that book. You read it and you're like, oh, I'm going to do that. And then the next thing, you're back to your life. So you have to first own your action and then follow through with making that change. And the number 3, and this is, I think, one of the most powerful steps to changing, is you got to get a coach. You got to get someone that's going to help you make that change. The feedback is really just the beginning of the whole process. Interpreting the results and doing something about it is the hard work that's going to transform your relationship with others. And this is where I believe coaching plays a critical role. As a coach, I've been on the receiving end as well as delivering end of coaching, and I have seen firsthand how critical and important it is to have someone there on a regular basis to help me keep my objectivity intact. So a good coach, and not all coaches are alike, just like not every profession in any business are alike. When you have a good coach, they will reduce your learning curve. They're going to provide support and honest, critical feedback, and they're going to help you identify your path to growth. So I hope that this helps you and that you're able to transform, hi Cherie, your relationship with others with just this one powerful question. What is one thing I could do better that will make the biggest difference in our relationship? Not a powerful question? And then take that into action, follow through with it, find someone that you trust. If not, get a coach to hold you accountable to making that powerful shift. And I promise you, your relationship with others is going to have a profound change. So thank you for showing up today and being with me for my 24th Facebook Live. I have 6 left for my 30th challenge, 30-day challenge, but I will probably continue. It just won't be on a regular daily basis, but I will be sending something out to you. In the meantime, I'm here to help you personally as a group. Email me at info@integrativeminds.com. I have the email address, and let's talk about where you are, what's going on. Are you stressed? Hi, Lucas. Oh my gosh. Are you stressed? What's going on? So I can help you out. Okay, and I forgot, every week we have our weekly radio show. It airs on Wednesday, and Lucas, it was actually on one of them, and he has one of the highest rating show. It's on parentpumpradio.com. That's also in the show notes. And please tune to it. If you can't make it on Wednesday at noon, go back to it because all the shows are archived. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you tomorrow.